There are allegations that young Jock just lost it, and it's not some meaningless reality TV, so even if you thought that young Jock and Kendra were finally getting along, this argument is going to blow everything up in your face. Drama. This is terrible, my dear. We're talking about yelling, shattered glass, and the type of damage that might permanently ruin Jock's career. To make matters worse, it was all public. Yes, in front of cameras, onlookers, and most likely 60% of. Witnesses in Atlanta said that Jock had a full-blown meltdown, and Kendra, you won't believe how she handled it, said that Jock might not be able to recover from this one. But from here, it gets worse. Worse because Jock's reaction wasn't random. Rather, it was personal. Oh, sweetheart, you'll understand why Jock lost it when you learn what Kendra did. Believe me, this one will have major consequences. Hold on tight, because I'm going to blow the internet away. I'm about to spill some extremely hot tea. It began as a typical evening for young Jock and Kendra, but nobody could have foreseen how rapidly things would go out of hand. According to insiders, the animosity between Kendra and Control Joker had been simmering for months behind closed doors before erupting this evening. As soon as Jock and Kendra entered the exclusive Atlanta bar, they looked anxious. Jock was presumably drinking water as Kendra sat coldly browsing through her phone. Jock was leaning strangely toward Kendra during a heated debate, but things suddenly took a turn for the worse. They weren't even conversing, according to many who knew them, which isn't shocking given their tumultuous history. Witnesses claimed that while Kendra kept shaking her head and rolling her eyes, she suddenly stood up and shouted something that made Jock's face go white. According to one person, they overheard Kendra say, "He's better than you because you're a joke, huh?" My goodness, that's when Jock went crazy. He allegedly sprang up so fast that his chair tipped over, his face twisted in rage, and he grabbed Kendra's arm so violently that it made both of them stand out. The Jock's voice faltered as he went on, "Kendra, who the hell is better than me?" The lounge fell silent. "Oh, honey," she simply grinned and said, would want to know?" That's when Jock lost his temper. Witnesses said that Jock knocked over the table, causing the plates and beverages to fall to the ground. After that, everyone snatched up their phones and started filming everything. Jock yelled at Kendra, demanding explanations, as she stood there unharmed during the second collapse. One witness claims that Jock's response was, "Kendra, who are you? Who have you been seeing?" And security had already started to close in at this point, but Jock wasn't done until he charged at Kendra, his hands trembling with anger, and they seized him and started to take him toward the Jock yelled as he left. "Tell me who it is, Kendra, you owe me that," and Kendra just stood there with her arms crossed and a smug little smile on her face. But matters worsened because, as he was being taken out of the lounge, Jock's eyes widened, and you could see that the realization struck him for a moment before Scrappy, who also happened to be Jock's personal friend, entered the room with a really sorrowful expression. "Isn't it him?" he asked. He turned to Kendra and said, "You've been sleeping with Scrappy." Kendra just smiled and added, "I told you he's better than you," in response to this. As Jock shoved at Scrappy, security was already in his way. "Oh my gosh." Jock screamed, "You're supposed to be my brother. How could you do me such harm?" Just as security was pulling Jock out the door, Scrappy and Kendra really went out hand in hand. "Who did it, do you know?" Scrappy had the audacity to laugh it off. "Oh, darling." Waiting outside while the cameras rolled. In fact, the video was circulated online and on Twitter within a few minutes. In such a cunning way, Kendra would never have deceived his kid. Although I don't blame him, the Jock's response was more than simply a public scream. It was a total betrayal, and Kendra wasn't even attempting to conceal it when she was apprehended the next day. How long has this been going on? Did Jock truly not know? And what happens now when they go shopping with Scrappy while holding hands and smiling as though nothing had occurred? Those are the real questions. According to rumors, Jock isn't done yet. Nope, they've already phoned his legal team. According to insiders, Jock intends to attack Kendra so badly that it costs her money, and Scrappy will expose him for everything. Understand that Jock wants everything, not just Scrappy, and that he isn't the kind to give up and go. You're not prepared for what's about to happen, I promise. Oh no, darling. Jock wasn't finished, and his tantrum in the lounge was awful. When security hauled Jock out of the building, he wasn't simply going home and sleeping it off. Oh no, he was furious, and that was only the beginning. Jock was seen sitting in his car and grasping the steering wheel, according to witnesses. As if attempting to prevent himself from doing something crazy, he stayed there for at least 15 minutes, breathing deeply and not moving or speaking. His knuckles grew white. It was difficult. Is he really at fault? His daughter was embarrassed. Jock was very hurt by Kendra's treachery, and he felt guilty as well as furious. Kendra cheated on Jock with Scrappy, one of his best friends, in front of half of Atlanta and the entire globe. Disgrace a man like Jock, honey, because he won't overlook that. But things got uglier when Jock's phone burst as he was sitting in his car, attempting to stay calm. At first, just text messages were sent. But as the calls began rolling in at Shade Room Hollywood Unlock, everyone wanted to remark, and guess what? Jock remained silent. When his manager called, Jock didn't pick up the phone, according to. The footage became viral online because of the savage headlines and the fact that the lounge scenes had already been released. According to reports, Jock's manager yelled over the phone, "Jock, you need to get ahead of this." Young Jock falls down after he discovers Kendra with Scrappy following her public betrayal. Young Jock, a lover and hip-hop musician, loses it. Asserting that Kendra couldn't have done anything, Twitter went crazy. That's why Scrappy fell in love with this Jock. He should break up with them. The Jock honestly believed Kendra was faithful, even though she wasn't concealing at all. Later that evening, Kendra and Scrappy were seen together at a private after-party. In Buckhead, holding hands and grinning. As the paparazzi saw them enter the event arm in arm, they seemed very casual. Kendra was even wearing Jock's chain. Additionally, the attire that Kendra wore, wearing a pricey, too-tight suit that Jock had purchased for her on their anniversary. Jock, oh, he saw the photos, honey, and the disrespect was genuine. According to witnesses, Jock was at home when the images appeared on blogs, and that's when after everything I had done for her, the Jock reportedly tossed his phone so hard that it smashed against the wall and walked back and forth while yelling, "She's really trying to play me." The drama didn't end there, though, as Jock's mother reportedly contacted him and told him, "Boy, you better handle this and not let that girl play you like that." Even worse, an unnamed person close to Kendra revealed some startling receipts, alleging that Scrappy and Kendra have been having an affair for months. According to an insider, Jock's pals chose not to tell him even though they were aware that Kendra and Scrappy had been skulking behind his back for some time. "We all knew Kendra was flirting with Scrappy, but we didn't think it was serious. Who knew?" Carly read. Carly supposedly attempted to tell Jock months before, but Jock didn't believe her sources, so it's even worse now. This is it, and Carly was correct this time. Jock dismissed the notion that Kendra isn't who you think she is and that you should watch your back because, let's face it, she is messy most of the time. The Shade Room revealed screenshots of supposedly Kendra and Scrappy's talks, and I must confess that they are very graphic. "Jock, when are you coming over?" "We're chatting, sweetheart." Crazy because of the text exchanges that were made public. "They're awful, darling." The fact that the messages were exchanged 2 weeks prior indicates that Kendra was still playing tricks on Scrappy and grinning in Jock's face, and Jock was obviously incensed. "Keeps believing that I'm at the spa, and guess what else happened?" Jock allegedly yelled into the phone, "You're dead to me, Scrappy, don't ever call me again," when he called Scrappy directly. Scrappy reportedly replied, "Oh, he had the nerve to act like it wasn't a big deal. Just occurred, jerk. You'll continue." No, he didn't. Jock reportedly hung up and called his lawyers right once. Insiders say that Jock will strike Kendra and Scrappy where it hurts, not just cut them off. In addition to cutting Kendra from their joint commercial endeavors and Scrappy from their music contracts, Jock is already collaborating with his legal team to accomplish this. However, rumors suggest that Jock also intends to. Oh, and Kendra, oh my gosh, Jock has bank records, pictures, and text messages that demonstrate Kendra was using Jock's money to pay for her trips with Scrappy. She's not worried, though, since the next day, Kendra and Scrappy were apparently spotted at a posh hotel, and Kendra shared a story on Instagram with the caption, "Unbothered, excuse me." Twitter should be taken down for the harm you just did to Scrappy and Jock Kendra. "Loyalty is everything," Scrappy said as the caption for a selfie she posted on social media. He is entitled to a better time right away, according to an insider and Jock. Oh, Jock is getting ready to go public. He isn't holding back and is already negotiating to offer his version of events to a popular gossip website. Oh honey, Kendra may believe she won this time, but Jock isn't the kind to concede defeat and go on, and because he has the receipts, he will blame Scrappy and Kendra for everything. Jock is also said to be releasing a song that criticizes other people. To put it lightly, the lyrics will be filthy. The actual issue is how long this has been going on. Were Scrappy and Kendra sure that Jock wouldn't find out? What happens when Jock recounts what happened? That phone call between Jock and Scrappy wasn't finished yet. Well, it was only the beginning. According to insiders, after hanging up, Jock went into vengeance mode and informed his troops they needed to. Yes, of course, darling, someone managed to obtain the surveillance tape from that evening in the lounge, and I must say, it's awful. Scrappy can be seen standing in the background, and Jock's tirade at Kendra is clearly seen. When Kendra seems to be a jerk and smiles in Jock's face, Scrappy approaches and puts his arm around her. In the movie's last scene, the online Jock rushes for Scrappy, but security stops him and Kendra. Twitter went bananas when Kendra leaned in and kissed Scrappy on camera. Jock appeared to be on the edge of losing his mind. Someone should check on him. According to sources, Jock lost it when the video went popular online while he was seated in his studio, where the Jock allegedly slammed a microphone stand against the wall. Oh, he watched the video, and we fell in love with this Jock, who deserves better. Jock then went live on Instagram in front of over 100,000 followers, and I have to admit, the tea he spilled was hot. He said, "I'm sick of being played." The Jock sat in his studio, shook his head, and stared straight into the camera to begin the live broadcast with bloodshot eyes and a calm, quiet voice. So you guys watched the video, right? Yes, that's my girl, or at least I believed she was, kissing my alleged brother directly in front of me. Let me tell you something about Kendra, and he said with a sigh. Following months of lying to me, Jock revealed that Kendra had been having an affair with Scrappy since last summer while I was on tour, providing for her by covering her costs and enduring. She was making business arrangements behind my back. God, Jock began to pace back and forth and rub his hands together. I'm not the proper guy to play with, Scrappy, as you will see. Then Jock pulled out his. When Joker brought his phone up to the camera, he sent these text messages. I have received pictures and proof that you read the text aloud. I already miss you, Joker. He's still out of town, but you are welcome to come. The worst thing is that the timestamps on these messages come from while Jock was out of town and still working with Kendra. He opened his inbox and retrieved another receipt. I wish you were here instead of him. According to this credit card statement, Kendra purchased hotel accommodations and airfare for Scrappy using my money. I apologize to everyone who believed I was insane. I got tricked, but you know what? Now that payback time has arrived, Jock, you popped the bombshell, Kendra. I hope you have an excellent attorney while my staff finishes the papers. Oh, and I'm bringing a case for money mismanagement and emotional suffering on top of everything else. Scrappy, you might want to. I'm cutting you both off because the studio arrangements you believe you had and the corporate investments I set up for you are no longer there. Twitter went off, my God. I'm prepared to see Jook ruin them both. Kendra, in addition to. Scrappy believed they could play Jock even though he is the last boss and wants to record a diss tune right away. But what do you know? Jock shared a video of himself recording the song and the lyrics that same evening. It's time to let it all out, honey. You didn't want me to know that you had an affair with my brother. You took my money and played with my emotions. You smiled at me and kissed him behind my back. Now that I'm going to cut you both off, don't even. Scrappy and Kendra were still out there pretending nothing had happened, and Jock was getting ready to murder them. On Instagram, Kendra shared a video of herself and Scrappy smiling and singing in a vehicle. Try calling me back, honey. Scrappy, well, he's still out there playing games. He uploaded a photo of himself in front of a Rolls Royce with the lyrics Loyalty and a rap song that said, Unbothered, excuse me. Jock was done playing the role of the bigger person. The foolishness of it all, honey. According to insiders, Jock phoned the Breakfast Club to set up an interview, promising to see. Give every detail, including the duration of the affair, the amount of money spent by Kendra, Scrappy's betrayal, and the fact that, wait a minute, Jock's group seems to be negotiating a new reality TV contract. In fact, Jock hopes to turn this dispute into Kendra with a bag, my honey. The actual question is how long this has been going on and whether Kendra and Scrappy really thought Jock wouldn't find out, even though she wasn't invited to the premiere. Revenge, and more significantly, will Jock's eventual release of that diss track damage Kendra's reputation? You could be certain that Jock is only getting started, so this isn't even close, honey. Believe me, you are not prepared for what is about to happen, so stay close. The internet is on the verge of going down. What do you think? Did Kendra really think this was something she could get away with? Was Scrappy really beginning to believe that Jock was lying? My darling, I will not overlook this. They obviously misjudged Jock since, as we all know, he doesn't take criticism well, and you can be sure that he would come after them after they publicly humiliated him. But for what duration has this been occurring? Was Kendra taking advantage of Jock all along, or did things just spiral out of control? In what way will Scrappy recover from this? Can Jock truly end his relationship with Scrappy? Is the music industry gone forever, or is this just the start of a worse fallout? How about Kendra? Now that everyone is aware of the treachery, would she truly support Scrappy, or was she only seeking retribution against Scrappy? That diss song is going to blow the industry away, and let's be honest, Jock isn't going to stand by and let this happen. He's already preparing to reveal both of them. My sweetheart, the possibilities are endless. If the drama piques your attention, kindly hit the like button. Also, remember to subscribe because this controversy is far from done, I promise. You won't be prepared for the fantastic upgrade that is coming ahead.